cannot hear you now.
Good evening. Good evening and welcome to the Make Britain Great Again News Network. I'm here tonight with Jedlicka, who is the president of a little country he founded in Eastern Europe in 2015. I just have a little map I can show you of where it is. It's between Serbia and Croatia. Liberland has its own flag and constitution. And I'm just going to now introduce to you Vít. Hi Vít, how are you this evening?
I'm great. And it's not an evening here, actually. It's a late afternoon here in Dominican Republic, where I've also went for one of the diplomatic trips of Liberland.
Previously, you came to the Vote Leave office here in the UK, and you spoke to us about how you're not very enthusiastic about the EU. I was just wondering how you feel about the Brexit referendum results.
I think that's a great result. I think that's, of course, much better result for Liberland and its future than if Britain stayed in the EU. I'm very happy for that. I believe that it's also better for the whole Europe. And maybe you have known that I've been campaigning for this kind of development for many years in my home country. I'm a true believer in the sovereignty, national sovereignty. I really believe what Lord Acton has said, that the power corrupts, and the more power people have, the more they get corrupted. And I think that really well applies for all kinds of empires, including the EU. So I'm very happy about that development.
Many people are criticising the EU for the free movement policy, suggesting the relaxed border controls have allowed terrorists and caused an increase in attacks of women in Scandinavia. And the libertarian community seems very divided on this. There are some people such as left market anarchists who want to have open borders because they feel that immigration laws restrict freedom. And other people such as paleo-libertarians sometimes talk about the possibility of border control on the basis of private property. I was just wondering what the border policy for Liberland is going to be like. Would you like to have open borders with the EU?
A very easy visa on arrival program, and of course when people go through it once and there is no problem, then they will have almost free access. But everybody who will come to Liberland for the first time will get their visa on arrival very easily made in an electronic way. They will basically get their own small Liberlandian ID whenever they come in Liberland.
Okay. One of the people has put a message into our conversation here. We have a message here from Rick Story, who's asking about Hans Hermann Hoppe's comments on. Well, Hans Hermann Hoppe said that there is no tolerance towards Democrats and communists in a libertarian social order. They will have to be physically separated and removed from society. And he's wondering how Liberland will feel about communists. Will they be basically deported from Liberland?
Well, not really. We are simply not accepting them as citizens. They can come and they can get their visa on arrival, but being not a communist, not a neo-Nazi or Nazi, is one of the main prerequisites for Liberland citizens. So it's not compatible with our national ideology, and we don't want these people to get the citizenship in Liberland.
Also, there's a comment in one of our newspapers here in the UK, the Daily Mail. They claim you said that you would accept people coming in, Syrian refugees, as long as they put down £10,000 up front, and that they have to share our ideology of freedom. Do you think there's a need to protect Western values, including liberty?
Well, I think that's the craziness of the society today, and very recently, I think European Court for Human Rights had actually acknowledged that there is nothing like a right for asylum, which the left-leaning people in Europe believe that there is something like that. We believe that if you want to be part of the society, you have to contribute to it. And the newspaper information, of course, was distorted and entirely false. Now we are accepting anybody as citizen, whoever is able to help Liberland anyhow, in the value of $5,000. in order to get 5,000 merits. So that's our policy for now. And we are not choosing if those people are from Middle East or if they are from Europe. That's not up to us. We expect we are welcoming everybody. But the reality is that we had much more refugees from places like Great Britain, like Germany, like Norway, than we have from, for example, from Egypt.
That's a very reasonable position. Something I wanted to ask you about is Liberland has yet to be recognised internationally, and sometimes when you're trying to enter Liberland you have been detained by the police, some people have been arrested. And there was a comment in the media here by the Washington Post where they quoted you as saying that Trump being in place will definitely open up new doors. Do you think that the election of Donald Trump in the USA is going to make it easier to gain recognition of Liberland?
Of course, and we have already high-level contacts in the new administration, which I'm happy for. I think, again, election of Trump is much better for us than election of Hillary in the United States, which plays in our cards. And, that's true that people were arrested. We actually needed to show the world and also internally in Croatia that there is an international border between Croatia and Liberland, and that's what these court cases have proven. Now we have run more than 33 of them. Some of them got elevated to the Constitutional Court. We need a firm confirmation of that fact that there is international border between Liberland and Croatia, and that's what all these court cases were there for.
Because it wasn't that long ago you had a very interesting competition where people could put forward some plans on the future architecture of Liberland, and many interesting designs were put forward. I have one up on the screen now. I'm just wondering, how soon do you think it will be that people will be able to actually go and live in Liberland?
If you followed our Facebook, we had a couple of people coming to Liberland recently. They put up a new flag in Liberland. And we also have a large project how to inhabit Liberland this summer. We are planning together with support of Zaha Hadid, very famous architectural studio from London. We are working on a small city on water, so people can actually live in the houseboats inside of Liberland, which I think will be a very romantic way how to settle Liberland in the first place.
It sounds amazing. Something I noticed here, there's a very interesting quote where you're quoted here as saying, "It's never too late to set up your own state. We need more micronations like Liberland around the world, not just one world government." Do you have any ideas on where other people could set up their own countries?
I do, and that's why I'm in this region. That's why I'm, so much in the Central America and Dominican Republic and other countries right now, because that option is opening up, but we've got that to be announced in probably 6 months from now, and I don't want to disclose any more about this right now.
Oh, sorry, I don't mean to ask inappropriate questions. Is there any developments of Liberland that you're comfortable to tell us about, maybe regarding currency or any future possibilities of people visiting Liberland?
Well, first of all, the biggest event right now is the celebration of second year of existence. I welcome everybody to participate in that. I wish you could be there, Luke, as well. It would be great. We are actually taking a boat together, the whole group, from Budapest on 15th of April or 14th of April, and we are going straight to Liberland on 15th of April. We will spend the whole day in Liberland on boat on 14th, 15th. And then we are going back on 16th of April back to Budapest, so nobody has to worry about being transported. You can just fly directly to Budapest, and then you join us for the boat ride, which I think will be a great way how to celebrate Liberland's second year of existence.
Yes, I must at some time in the future make more of an effort to come and visit Liberland. Some people have been asking about what the future currency of Liberland would be. Will it be Bitcoin based? I think the answer is yes, but I just wondered if you have any developments on that.
We already use Bitcoin for more than half of the transactions internally, even as a government. Our policy is to turn fiat currencies into Bitcoin whenever they come in the form of voluntary taxes. So Yes, we have a complete currency freedom. We allow people to have any kind of currency, and it's possibility that the Liberland will also issue its own currency in near future.
Okay, and just the final question I want to ask you is: you call yourself president and not king. Other people who set up countries such as Sealand describe themselves as a prince. Your title seems to suggest more a concept of democracy, and the Liberland website says that it's a constitutional republic with elements of direct democracy. Will Liberland in the future be based on the popular vote or on the feeling of the people? What is the long-term aim?
I was elected by first 3 citizens on the first day of existence of Liberland. There is actually a nice report on that by Reuters. And of course, my term is kind of legitimized by the fact that there are so many hundreds of thousands of people that are applying for citizenship right now. So that gives me, I think, a democratic mandate. But honestly, we are looking into better ways of governance than democracy. We know that democracy is not working in many of the Western societies, that is malfunctioning, it's not representing the people. And we are looking into the free private city concept, and we would like to join that in a smart way with Republican thinking. So we are looking in a new and innovative ways for our governance.
Thank you very much for your time. Just one final question, if I could ask you. Have you got any tips or for suggestions for people who'd like to become a Liberland citizen? Anything they can do to increase their chances? Because there's at the moment hundreds of thousands.
If you join any of our teams that are working and preparing the constitution, legal system, working with our representative offices as a diplomat, helping in any way you can, be the first settlers, help organize sport events, whatever you can think of that can be helpful in a new country, and all these things will be appreciated with merits. So that's the easiest and most fun way to actually get citizenship, to get actively involved.
Thank you very much for your time this evening, President Jedlicka. I wish you a very good evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much as well, Luke, and hope to see you on 14th of April in Liberland this year. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much.